right, I'm shooting this video to explain a couple of the negative emotions. I want to explain, so hatred I've already covered, but hatred and how hatred leads to anger and how anger leads to revenge. And then on the other hand, I'm going to talk about how love can lead to gratitude. But beneath all of these, I have to explain first the notion of pride. Now, Spinoza doesn't talk about pride right after he talks about love and hate. He talks about it a little ways down the road, but it's worth talking about pride right up front. So humans are naturally disposed towards pride. And now what pride is very simply, it's the emotion of self-love. And now remember what love is. Love is the feeling of going from a lesser to a greater state of perfection. So self-love is when you go from a lesser to a greater state of perfection and you think you are the one to cause that increase in power. Now, naturally, the way that pride works, we want to see ourselves as the cause of giving ourselves more perfection. And therefore, we are predisposed to trying to find every way we can to affirm that we are the cause of anything that goes on well with us. Because the more and more that we can affirm that something that has gone well for me is because of me, I get two kinds of pleasure. So my perfection is doubled in a sense. First, things go well for me. And when things go well for me, I feel better. I feel more powerful. I feel more, Spinoza's word for that, more perfect, right? I feel more in control. I feel more power. Whenever anything goes well for me, I'm happy about that. That brings me pleasure. It makes me feel good. So first of all, when things go well for me, I feel good about that. That's the very first superficial kind of goodness. Then if I can blame myself for it, then I get another kind of happiness on top of that. And that is the happiness of patting myself on the back, going, yeah, good for me. I did a good job. So I get it doubled, right? So anytime that you can increase or maximize your happiness, you naturally will. And that means that anytime something goes well for you, if you can possibly in any way find the way to connect it to you and say, I'm the one who made this happen, in any way, you will, because that will make you feel doubly good about it. Now, the word for blaming yourself for all the good things that happen in your life is pride. We will naturally incline towards pride because it doubles our happiness in the short term. It's totally unreasonable, we will see in the long term. But in the short term, there's a huge payoff for pride. So that pride is the fundamental problem in human existence. We will strive in every way to blame ourselves for all good things in our world. I'm going to take this back just to talk about it in terms of Heidegger. I cannot overstate the problem of pride. Pride is in every activity, in every thought, in every action. Pride is fundamental to the human condition. So let me explain it again according to Heidegger. In Heidegger, we go through our world with a kind of Befindlichkeit, or a mood. And that mood is enhanced. That mood is increased. That mood is moved towards the pleasure side of things. If they were like a meter, it would be like the pleasure meter. Pride pays off in short-term happiness immediately.
Crude futures settle at 23.63.